Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to discuss about the configuration of direct routing with the cube, which is our lecture number 7. And in the previous lecture, we have discussed about the theoretical part, like what all are the things we need to configure. I believe this is the same thing which we discussed in the previous lecture. So we discussed about how we can connect the things, like all theoretical part, connect SBC with the Teams phone, validation of connection, enable users. Now, in the today's lecture, what we are going to do, we are going to do everything practically, and then I'm gonna show it to you how you can actually create an SBC in Azure environment, how you can configure the SBC, how you can connect with the Teams admin center as well, and then what all are the things you need to configure on Teams as well as on Cube so that both can connect with each other. And if whenever someone wants to make a call, it should go like from the Teams to the Cube as well and to the service provider as well. So I'm gonna go with all those things. I'm gonna create these voice routing policies, PSTN records, voice routes, and the SPC dial plans. Although I'm not gonna use exact same things here, but I showed it to you in the screenshots because this is just a general one or generic one, we can say. Okay, so without wasting the time, let me jump over to that part. Okay. So yeah, so the first and foremost thing which I'm gonna show it to you, like how we can actually create an create a cube in Azure environment. So I have this Azure environment. I'm logged in with my credentials. So to have cube, because in Azure environment we will be getting that virtual cube so that we can perform everything. Okay, that is why we are actually using Microsoft Azure environment. So to deploy that cube, we can go to the search and we can utilize this marketplace option. And in this marketplace, you will be able to see almost every SBC. So like we have different SBCs available like Cube and then Oracle, Audio Codes, Ribbon, AnyNote. We have so many SBCs available. So I'm gonna use the Cube today. So let me just search with the Cube. And then here you will be able to see this first. The second one, Cisco Virtual Cube Session Border Controller. That's what we are gonna deploy today. Although I have deployed it as well, but I'm gonna show it to you how we can deploy it. Because if I'm going to do everything right now, like create the cube as well, and then I need to wait maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, because sometimes it takes 10, 15 minutes to deploy the virtual machine as well. So yeah, this is actually Cube, but if I check the other SBCs, I should be able to see the Oracle, AnyNode, Ribbon, audio codes. Like here, you can see these are the Ribbon communication. This is AnyNode SBC. This is audio codes. And we should be able to see Oracle as well. Yeah, this is Oracle Enterprise Session Border Controller as well here. This is Cube, Azure Communications Gateway. So we have all these SBCs available in Azure environment. But yeah, so today we are gonna use Cube. So let's just focus on the Cube as well right now. So to deploy this, let's first open this Cube, and here you will be able to see the subscription because I have paid subscription. That's why I can see. And in the plan, it says two versions, 17.09.6 and 17.12. So let's say I'm gonna use there's 17.09.06 today, and BYOL, that means bring your own license. So yeah, I'm gonna click on create. And as soon as I'm gonna click on create, it will ask me few things. Like here it says create a virtual machine. As I am using it from a marketplace, so I don't need to go to create virtual machine as a separate or security group as a separate or the storage things as a separate. No, everything will be bundled here because this is an image from the cube and this is all the requirements from the Azure. Like these things should need to be configured. Okay, so here we have the first part that is coming up as a subscription resource group. This is actually the important part because whatever we will be having like virtual machine, security groups, or the storage, all will be a part of one resource group. So that if there is a need to delete the virtual machine or the full queue, you can simply go to the resource group and delete the resource group. Everything else under that resource group will get deleted. You can consider this as a folder. Like there is a folder you create, and under that folder, you create many different folders as well. If you delete the parent one, the other subfolders will get deleted automatically. That's what the main use of this resource group. So if I scroll down, I'll be able to see these resource group as well, which I created earlier. But yeah, if you are like creating it as a new, you can simply say create new. Maybe here I can say test RG. So that is what test RG, test resource group virtual machine name. As of now, I can give this test VM because I'm not gonna create it right now, but I'm going to show it to you how it works or what all are the things you can use. So test VM, and then based on the region, you can select like I'm from India, so I'm using the closest region that is Central India. But yeah, if you are like in the United States or Japan or maybe any other country, maybe Korea, Malaysia, anything, you can use all of these regions as well, which is closer to your place. Although it's not like if you use this East US 2, it will not work. No, it will work, but it's just about a thing like the latency would be high if you are using like East US. Let's say I'm in India and I'm using East US, so latency would be high. Because I'm using Central India, then latency would be less. Okay, so yeah, that's what we can choose in the region availability option. We don't need to go in much more detail in the Azure right now, actually. So you can keep everything else default here. And then there is one more thing you can choose. So here, image will be selected automatically. Then you have this run with Azure spot discount. So if you select this one, let's say you are just using it for lab purpose, right? So when you create the billing would start, right? Whenever the machine is deployed, billing would start. But if you click on this run with Azure spot discount, your cost will be pretty less, almost I can say 90% less. So that's what it says. If I click on this one, it says Azure Spot offers unused capacity at discounted rates. So that's what here you can see on the right. It says spot discount applied. I'm not going in much more detail in this one, but yeah, this is useful for you because you are gonna use it for the lab. So yes, after this one, okay, now it says two Azure Spot virtual CPUs are needed, but only one virtual CPU remain in your subscription. Because in my subscription, I have three virtual CPUs, right? But I utilized two already. That's why it is giving me this error. So if I don't have any other maybe option here as well to use one virtual CPU and all. But if I don't have that particular cube available, which I already configured earlier, then yes, it will not give me this particular error as well. I'll say if we can see it up here, but yeah, that will be much more deep in oh, I'm so sorry. Let me click that again. Create. Okay, so we already, it's not created. Let me just put it again. Test RG. That will be my resource group. Then here in the virtual machine, I'm gonna say test VM, Central India availability is on, run with Azure spot discount. Then this one you can select. It will not show it to you because two virtual CPUs are needed. As of now, it just have one virtual CPU because I already utilized. So yeah, enable hibernation authentication type. Yeah, that's the important one. If I select password, I need to give username here. You cannot use like this admin or administrator. Let's say I'm gonna use this one. Okay, and the password you can choose of your choice. It should be minimum 12 characters. And in the public inbound ports, selected ports SSH will be automatically selected. In the disk and all, you will see all these information. You don't need to select anything here. And even here in the next part, which is for networking and all, network security groups, maybe you can do this advanced because you will be having this public IP and NIC when VM is deleted. You have this option as well. You can select if you don't want to delete the resource group actually. So this is for that. But yeah, if that will work in the basic one as well. Load balancing management, you don't need to do anything else here. I can just simply go to this advanced tags and then I can say next review plus create. Although as of now, it validation will show failed because I needed that two virtual CPUs. But that is what you need actually. And at the end, you can simply create the queue. Okay. As soon as you click on create, it will deploy and then it will show you in the notification, yeah, it is getting deployed. Okay. Now I will show it to you like once it's deployed, how it shows. I'll go back to the home and go to the resource group. I have cube-rg. That's what I created. So in this one, cube-rg, you can see this is resource group. Under this one, I have cube VM, that is virtual machine. This is IP, network security groups, and all those things like disk, storage, virtual network. We have it here. Okay. And then if I go to this cube VM IP, here I will be able to see this IP address. This is the public IP address. And then you will be able to see the private IP address as well because I have selected directly Cube VM IP. That's why it's not showing. But if I go back, simply open the virtual machine, you will be able to see it. Cube-VM, here you can see this is your primary NIC public IP. If you scroll down, here you will be able to see the private IP address as well for your Cube. So yeah, these two will be we are gonna use this public one, but yeah, this is also useful. I'll show it to you how it works, how it will be useful. Okay, because we are like on the cube, we have public IP, private IP. We don't want to expose our private IPs. We just want to use this public IP from the service provider side, but in the internal, we are gonna use the private IP. That's why there is a need to use this private IP as well. Okay, so that's the thing, how we can actually create this cube, right? On Azure. And if we want to like access it, simply go to this primary NIC public IP and open it through the putty. And here I can simply uh, enter this public IP and SSH because we selected SSH earlier as well when we were configuring that. And now it says login as. Okay, so I have created this earlier as well. So I'm gonna logging in. So here you can see this particular uh, cube is logged in. We are gonna work on this one like for all the configuration as well here, right? But before going on to this cube, I want to actually show you the configuration on the Teams Admin Center, like from user's perspective, from user uh, till it goes to the SBC. What all are the things required to configure on the Teams Admin Center? Then I'll be coming over here on the cube as well. Okay. So let me go back. This is actually virtual machine Azure. Let me go back to Teams Admin Center. Okay, so this is my Teams Admin Center. I have created so many users here as well. Okay, so first and foremost thing for the direct routing. So yeah, today we are going to discuss about the direct routing. Although we have these options available like phone numbers. This is for calling plans, Microsoft calling plans. Operator Connect is for all third-party providers as well. And then this is direct routing. That's what we are going to use, direct routing. So in this direct routing, the main important thing to enable the direct routing is the license. So license should be assigned to the user first. If the license is not assigned, you won't be able to assign a number to the user. I will show you how it shows if the license is not assigned because I don't have any like E5 license or maybe E5 is actually the costliest one, but I don't have the Teams phone license where I can show you how it shows because that is like costly license, so that's why I didn't purchase it. But I'll show you if you do not assign a license to the user, how it shows. So let's say this is the user, and let's say I'm gonna open any of the user. Let's say I'm opening this Michael Clark, and here you can see these all are the options you will be able to see. And under this account option, it says Teams upgrade settings. As of now, it says some of these settings have been set by Microsoft, cannot be changed, coexistent teams only. So these all are the options you can see right in the account option, because I have not assigned any of the license which enables you to make calls to the external numbers with the help of PST, right? That is why I can't see. But as soon as you assign a license, right, as soon as you assign a license, it will show you enable enterprise voice. As soon as you enable it, it will give you an option to actually assign the number to that particular user. Okay. Now here comes the part which license is mandatory, which license is required, and from where you can actually assign the license. You cannot assign a license directly from the Teams admin center, right? You need to go to this 365 admin center, and here you can see I have all these users. Okay, if I go to this Michael Clark, which I opened earlier, and you will be able to see I will be getting an option to assign the license. Here you can see licenses and apps. And under this licenses and apps, you will be able to see this is the license what I have, but I don't have any license which is required to make the calls to the external numbers, right? And how we can actually purchase the license, how we can assign it, I'll show it to you. If I go to this marketplace, that is all under 365 admin center right now, and then we'll go to this all products, and here I will show you what all other licenses required for that. So first, as you can see, this is Microsoft 365 Business Basic, Premium. We have so many licenses. So the costliest license, or I can say most of the companies using those licenses, that is Microsoft E5 license, because it's a bundle actually. Oh, I just write E5 license. Let's just write E5. So because this is a bundle and it contains everything. So here you can see it says Microsoft 365 E5 without audio conferencing. It's just audio conferencing is not there, but it's Microsoft 365 E5. Here you can say Microsoft 365 E5, no Teams without audio conference. So you need to purchase a Teams license as a separate. If I go to this first one, Microsoft 365 E5 audio conferencing, and you can see it's the costliest one license as well, because yeah, and if I click on this details, you can see all the application, all the apps in this 365 E5 license here. Like you will get access to Outlook, Word, Excel, and all other things as well. Exchange, OneDrive, SharePoint, Teams. Teams is there as well, right? So you can see you will be having Teams, and here you can see the phone system license, right? That what it says. For organizations that need call management capabilities, make, receive, and transfer calls in the cloud, and use 365 admin center to manage users. This is the license which is needed to make the calls. That is phone system license. So if I go back to this marketplace, and here I'll search for phone system license. So here you can see we have this Microsoft Teams Essentials with phone, Teams Essentials, Teams Phone with domestic. Wherever you see this domestic and international calling, that means it's Microsoft calling plans. So I'm not going into that. So because I searched with this phone system license, so phone system license is a part of this one, Teams Essentials and Teams Phone with domestic calling. And here you can see Microsoft Teams Essentials with phone. If I go to this details, I should be able to see that phone system license here. Okay, here you can see this particular Teams Essentials with the phone license. Okay, here you can see Office Online, Exchange, you will get Skype for Business, you will get this Teams, and you will get this phone system license as well, right? So this phone system, again, you can see the same thing. As soon as you have this phone system license, you can assign it to the user, you can assign the number to the user. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take the trial, okay, for this Microsoft Teams Essentials with phone, because I have this Teams and I have this phone system license available, and I have a free trial available as well. And it says this trial includes 25 licenses for 1 month. So I'm gonna do this start free trial, because this is 1000, or I can say I need to, it's not 1000 license per month. I need to pay it because the commitment is for a full year. It's not on a month-to-month basis, although I'm gonna pay it on the month-to-month basis, but it will be a full, like I need to pay it for a full year. Okay, so Teams Essentials, 1 month term. I'm gonna try it now. Okay, it says we are processing your order. Don't close your browser. It will not take much time for this one as well. They will definitely add it within like maybe few minutes actually. It doesn't take much time as well. That is actually for the license part. So it may take like 1 or 2 minutes to process this order and then it will assign. So it says, yeah, you are all set, order number. Thanks for your order. We will email your confirmation number and instructions for this one and that one, right? So if I go back, you're all set, go to admin home. I'll go to admin home. Well, okay, yeah. So now if I go to this active users, sorry, not active users, maybe I can directly go to this billing and your products. Okay, so in this your products page, I should be able to see the license. Okay, so here you can see I have Business Basic, I have Intra ID P2 trial earlier, and now this is already added. Microsoft Teams Essentials with phone trial. Okay, so I have 25 licenses already, and then it's gonna expire after a month. Okay, so now I'm going to the active users. Let's say I'm gonna add the Teams phone license to this Rohan, my name, and the Michael Clark. Maybe let's say I'll use this one, Michael Clark, licenses and apps, and I can see this Teams Essentials with phone. And here you can see these all apps are checked. We have Microsoft Form, Microsoft Teams, everything. So let me do this, save changes. Changes saved, trial for this one. Okay. Now I'll go back to my Teams, and if I go to the manage users again, I'm gonna open Michael Clark again. And here you can see now that particular option disappeared where whatever it says earlier, right? Now you can see it says assigned phone number and enterprise voice option. So first I need to enable this enterprise voice option, then I can assign the primary phone number as well. So let's say, enable this particular enterprise voice option, right? Enterprise voice enabled. And then if I go to this assign primary phone number type, I have direct routing. Assigned phone number here, if I have the phone number already, I can assign it to this user and I can simply apply. I have the phone number as well, and the US phone number, I already have it. I will show it to you how you can also purchase it, and then I can assign the number here later on. Let me just discard it right now. But yeah, let's see one more thing, whether this user is created in India location or the US location. So here you can see select location, it says India. But yeah, it should be if I am going to assign a number of United States, and I should be using this location. It's really important to use the same location. Although if you select India location and you are assigning US number, you will be able to test out, you will be able to, because you are doing it in a lab. But this is actually required. I will let you know later on where it is required, where it is essential. And if we do not assign the exact same location, then what will happen? Okay. So yeah, it should be wherever the user is, location should be of that particular user for the same location, then the number should be assigned of that location as well. Okay. So yeah, save changes. Oh yeah, I think I already saved it earlier. Okay. So here I have assigned one of the number to this particular user. Number I will assign it later, but yeah, I have assigned the Teams phone license to this particular user. Okay, that's the first thing. Now I can go back to my Teams admin center, and here, yeah, we have many users. But yes, now in this particular Teams admin center, we need to actually create few things. What we need to create, whatever we discussed in the previous lecture, we need to create voice routing policy. Although it's created already by default, you will be having every policy. that is global is assigned, right? By default assigned to every user. But what we need to create is voice routing policy. If we need to make any changes, we need to create the custom ones. Then we need to create PSTN usage records. That is also again important. Then we need to create the dial plan if there is a need to convert the numbers from 10 digits to 11 digits, 7 to 11, 5 to 11, whatever you need to do, right? That is actually the normalization rules in the Teams Admin Center. So I'm going to start with the voice routing policy. Why am I starting with the voice routing policy? That's an important question, right? Maybe you have it in your mind. Why am I starting with the voice routing policy? Because if I go to any of the user and if you see user is having all the policies shown up here. If I go to this policies tab, this user is having all the policies assigned, right? This is by default assigned to every user, or every user will get global org wide policy. Why am I just focusing on right now on voice routing policy? Because that is the main policy to make the calls. Why am I directly saying to make the calls? Because this policy is responsible to reach out to the voice routes, to the PSTN usage records, to the SPCs. That is the only policy. That's why I'm mainly focusing on the voice routing policy. So for the voice routing policy, I'm going to this. Yeah, in the voice tab, we'll be having this voice routing policies. And here you can see I have this global org wide default. That is the default policy. Then I have this VRP Americas created, Soma VRP. This is another voice routing policy I created earlier. But yeah, now I need to create, let's say, a new policy. I need to assign it to the users who are going to use the direct routing or to make the calls. I'm going to use this add and I'm gonna use here because I'm going to use the custom policy, right? That's why I'm creating a new one. Okay, so I have added, let's say I'm going to say VRP, that stands for like voice routing policy test. I'm going to create this one, VRP test. And in the PSTN, here you can see there is nothing like to select the dial plan or the voice route, nothing is there because this voice routing policy contains only PSTN usage records. As of now, it is showing this one because I have this one already, but let me remove it. I don't need it. So as soon as you add a new one, you will be able to see, oh, did I select? Delete, save and apply. Okay. So as soon as you open, okay. As soon as you open, you need to use the name. I added the name PSTN usage records. If you do not have any because you are starting from scratch, then it will show it like this. So I'm gonna add, it says add PSTN usage record. So let's say I don't have any PSTN usage record here. So I am gonna create a new one. Okay. So I'm clicking on add and here I am going to say US, right? US record. I'm just simply saying this one, US record. Or I can say, maybe I can simply write US allow or disallow. It depends on your requirements. It depends on the naming conventions, how you want it to create it, right? Maybe I can simply say to make it like really good. So I can say US PSTN usage record, and I'm gonna say save and apply. We are not sure when we try to add or remove. Try again if you let me save and apply again. Okay. So it says US PST and usage record, and I'm just clicking on save. Uh, As of now, this is just the naming convention. I didn't add, I did not connect this PSTN usage record with anything, right? This is just a naming convention, actually. You can use it like this because it says PSTN usage records, where it will definitely connect with anything, right? Something, actually, not anything. I can say it should connect with something so that it will allow you to make calls. So this is just the naming convention right now. Just like we have CSS and partition in call manager, right? Those are just naming conventions, but where we use that CSS and partition, that plays an important role. That's what we are gonna use it here. This is just a naming convention right now, right? Now I have this VRP test policy, right? VRP test, that is voice routing policy created for any user, and I am going to assign this policy to the user as well. Right, but yeah, before assigning, I will show you how the call flow works, how the path it actually takes. So user is having this voice routing policy, right? Now, after that, what we have in voice routing policy, we have PSTN usage record. What we created, we have created this US PSTN usage record, right? So after this one, where it will go, right? So it will go to the voice routes. Voice routes is the place where we can see, where we can define this PSTN usage records. So voice routes, where you can see the voice routes, it is a part of direct routing. I'll go to this direct routing, and here you can see we can add the SBCs here. We will be adding that. And then we have voice route option. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add the voice routes here. So voice route, so here I can say national number maybe. So this is the name. This is the name of that voice route, national number, to make the calls to, or I can say domestic one, right? So here you can see the priority description. You can put it anything. Priority is coming up. Then you have dialed number pattern, right? So dialed number pattern is like when user is trying to make a call to any of the number, it will check voice routing policy, right? In the voice routing policy, it will check which PSTN usage record is selected. So then based on that, it will check what all are the voice routes we have where that PSTN usage record is connected, right? If I scroll down, you can see PSTN usage record option. Here, what I'll do, I can add PSTN usage record and I will say which one is created. I have created this one and apply, right? So now if user is making a call, it will go to the voice routing policy. It will check, okay, what PSTN usage record I have. I have this one. And this PSTN usage record is connected on which voice route, right? So it comes up on this one. This is the voice route, which I'm going to create national number, priority one. Well, I already have it priority one because this is the first route I'm creating. Then it will check the pattern. That is the important thing. It will check the pattern you are making a call to, let's say, a US number. If it matches with this pattern, then only it will allow to send the call to SBC. Because first step, you can see US use PSTN usage record is selected. Based on that, it will check, okay, whether this is allowed or not. Then it will check the dial number pattern. And after that, once that dial number pattern is matched, it will send the call to this SBC, whatever I select here. I have not created any SBC, right? But yes, as soon as I create the SBC, I will be able to add the SBC here, right? So in the dial number pattern, if you see, it is showing it up already like this, correct? Uh, this is what dial number, this is, we call it as regex, right? So what it says, it should start with +1, then 0 to 9, any number, and then it should be of 10 digits, right? So we can add this one as well, actually, or we should be having, like, maybe we have other requirements to add it. Number should start with this one or that one. We can also make those changes. But yeah, let's add it here. Let's add the same one, whatever it shows here. Okay, so that as soon as user is dialing any of the number, then because it's 11 digits, right? Here, because it says number should start with +1. This is number should start, and then we need to use this particular parenthesis 0 to 9. Why am I using 0 to 9? That means user can dial any number after +1, any number between 0 to 9. And after that, it says 10 because I need to use this 10. This 10 means 10 digits actually. Now, parenthesis close and then the main $sign, right? This is actually the dialed number. And after that, I need to add the SBCs. If I select this add SBCs, I won't be able to select existing SBCs. I don't have any SBC right now. Okay, so we will add that SBC later, and then I'll click on save. So the call from the user will reach out to this voice route based on the PSTN usage records. And once it reaches out on these voice routes, then It will match with the pattern. If it's matched, then it will go to this particular SBC, whatever we select here. What's the role of priority here? If I have, let's say, instead of this 0 to 9, I'll say +1 and then 4 to 5, what we have it in our example. Number should start with +1, 4 to 5, and after that, there should be 7 digits only, right? So in this case, number will start with +1, 4 to 5, then 7 digits, and then this is priority one, right? So if someone is calling on +1, 4 to 5, it will take this priority, right? It will take this particular voice route because it has a priority one, and then it will go to these voice routes, right? But let's say user is dialing the same +1, 4 to 5 number, right? +1, 4 to 5, and then the 7 digits again, and it reaches out on this voice route priority one, and let's say the SBCs whatever we add here, like let's say SBC1 and SBC2, they are not reachable, then the call will drop, right? uh, until unless we have another voice route which is matching with this pattern and it has a lower priority, that is, let's say I'm going to create another one, then it will show the priority number 2, and then in that, maybe let's say I have this one. So +1, 4 to 5. Instead of that, let's say in another, I have this one, 0 to 9, right? In that case, it will match with the next priority option. And in the next priority, in the next voice route, we should be having other SBCs, right? Maybe SBC3 and SBC4. It will check, okay, if those SBCs are available, then it will route the call to those SBCs. Right? That's what the main purpose of this priority. Okay, I'm not gonna save, I'm gonna do cancel. Okay, so that's the voice route. Now what we need to do, we need to add the SBC here, right? So here the SBC, we cannot directly add your public IP here. You need to add the domain, the FQDN, fully qualified domain name, right? So I have the domain already. I have purchased it from the GoDaddy, and then I'm gonna use fully qualified domain name FQDN as well as a sbc.technical. So I have technical-venture.com domain. I am gonna use this one, sbc.technical-venture.com. This is the domain. This is FQDN actually. And how it works, I need to add this on my in my DNS, in on my GoDaddy DNS, and then it will route it to my cube, which is like, because I'm having public IP. I will show you how we can add it in the DNS. So yeah, sbc.technical-venture.com. This is my FQDN. Here I'm not gonna sending it to any of the public IP and all. No, it's just an FQDN. It will be resolving it to the other IP, the cube IP actually. Description, I can add it anything. In the SBC SIP signaling port, that's what we are gonna use, 5061, right? And then we have other options, send-SIP options, forward call history, PI header. We have so many options available here. This is all related to the SDP messages, whatever we are going to send. What all are the messages it will take, like PI header, forward call history. And then we have this failover response codes, concurrent call capacity. It all depends on our SBC. Like, let's say I'm going to use Cube, and if I have a license to make the calls, 25 concurrent calls, then based on that, I will add the concurrent call capacity. Then SBC supports PDFLO for this is only for the emergency calls. What does PDFLO means? It means it will take the location part from this one and to send it to the PSAP. Okay, that is PDFLO. Then we have here is location-based routing and media optimization, right? So if you want to use media bypass, you can simply enable the media bypass as well here. Like, let's say I'm gonna use media bypass, I will enable bypass mode. None, never, always, only for local use. I can use the media bypass mode as well. And then we have location-based routing option as well, right? We can also use this one. This is all a part of SBC. Right now, not gonna do anything. I have just added this FQDN. I've changed the signaling port. I am going to enable this later on once I have that SBC configured as well, like Cube. So as of now, I can simply save it, but I will enable this particular SBC later on. Right. So you can see it will show sbc.technical-venture, everything, and inactive warning, whatever, right? It's because first thing, it is not active right now. I have not enabled it, right? So that these are the main things actually we need to do on the Teams Admin Center side. Now we'll move over to the Cube side on the SBC. What all are the things we need to configure so that it will connect with this one? Now the first important part is this one FQDN, right? Because I have only the public IP, I should resolve it, right? So now for that, I will go to my GoDaddy. So here you can see this is my DNS. I have the domain here. I have purchased the domain from the GoDaddy and I have added this particular record. So you need to add a record so that it will resolve from your FQDN to your IP, right? This is my cube IP. If I go to this one, cube, you can see uh, 20.244.5.83. 20.244.5.83. I have added it here already earlier. Why? Because if I add right now, it will take some time to reflect those changes, to sync with everything. It sometimes it takes like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or it can take 24 hours as well. That's why I added it in advance so that it will resolve. So, like how you can create it, it's simple. Like I can go to this add new record, and then here I can choose the type as a record for this one, and this is the name here I can choose. So I have added SBC, right? This is actually the host name, right? SBC. Then I will be having that SBC dot technical venture dot com. I'm not gonna add a technical venture dot com here because I am already under this domain. So I just need to add the host portion, I can say, right? I have added SBC and here I can add the public IP actually, right? Here I can add the public IP of my cube. So whatever I purchased right here, you can see I have 20.244.5.83, but I have added it already here. Simply, let's say you have a public IP of this one 20.244.5.26. Let's say this is your public IP. You can simply add it and save it. It is updating, excuse me, updating DNS records. It says it's updated successfully. It can take within an hour or maybe it will take 48 hours. But yeah, I need to delete this one actually because I have added the same one sbc.technical-venture. It can go to this one, that one. But let me delete this one. Or maybe I can add it and I can say SBC1 here. Although I am not using this anywhere as well, but I'm just simply adding it up. Okay. So yeah, this is my main A record which I created earlier, SBC, and it will automatically take my domain name. So it will create sbc.technical-venture.com, right? And then it will resolve it to this particular IP. I will show it to you as well. So if I go to my command prompt and here if I'll do ns lookup sbc.technical-venture.com. Here you can see sbc dot technical venture.com. So it says unknown and then it shows these IPs, although it should not show, it should resolve it to that one. Maybe I can do IP config. Okay, let me close, do it again. And I'll say, okay, NS lookup first. It says default server unknown. And then if I'll do sbc dot technical venture.com. Okay, as of now, it still says this one and it doesn't show, but yeah, it should show as well. And I'll try, let me try to ping as well and see whether I have these ports and everything open here as well. Let's see. Okay, if I ping my cube IP, what is my cube IP? Okay, 2244.5.83. Let me just directly copy it here. Let me go back, cube RG, cube VM, and then I'll copy this one from here. Okay, ping 2244.5.8. So, okay, I can't see any because it says request timed out, right? But I already have it in our Azure. Where is that Azure? Here you can see this is running. This is not stopped. It stays running. So now here comes the picture because we have allowed only SSH. That's why I was able to log in on this one. So for that, I'll go to this network settings and I will allow this ping like ICMP. I will allow and then it should respond. That is actually the inbound port rule. So I'll go to this inbound port rule and then I'm gonna choose this ICMP version 4, right? And then I can simply give the name, let's say ICMP and add it, right? That's the first rule I added. But yes, if you like, if you need to allow that HTTP, HTTPS as well, that also needs to be allowed here as well. But yeah, I'll show you later on. But let me just first check this one. ICMP is allowed, then it should ping this particular IP. Okay, now I can see the ping as well here. And now if I ping this domain, sbc.technical-venture.com, and here I'm getting the reply as well, right? Pinging sbc.technical-venture.com, and I'm getting this reply. So now let me restart my session and let's log in again. Okay, so this is my cube on which I'm gonna start the configuration. So what I'll do, I'll show you the configuration, what I have in my notepad, and then I'm gonna start the configuration. Let's see this one. Okay, so ah, yes, here you can see the first and foremost configuration here, like as soon as I log in on my cube, because as of now I'm logged in with the help of IP. There is no FQDN kind of thing. I'm logging in right now, although I can log in as well because I have already added it in the DNS. Okay, so but yeah, to configure this cube, we should be adding the license as well first. And you can see we have this command license boot level network premier add-on DNA premier. This is the license which I'm gonna use that because that's what it says, bring your own license, right? And then yeah, this license, whatever we put, this is kind of a trial license. It will be valid for 90 days. So I'm gonna use this license boot level network premier add-on DNA premier. Then I'm gonna do write, exit, and reload as well because as soon as we provide the license, we have to reload this particular cube as well. Okay, so let's log in. Let's go to the conft and let me first just copy this one license boot level network premier add on DNA premier. And then it says, yeah, use write command to make license boot config take effect on the next boot. So as I am on conft, I'll say do write. Okay, building the configuration. Then I'll say exit and reload. Okay, proceed with reload, confirm. Okay. Now it says, yeah, remote site unexpectedly close network connection. So it will reload in a moment. And after that, what we are gonna do on the cube actually is this one. You can see it up here. We will wait for a moment until this cube comes up. Then what we are gonna do, we are gonna take a backup of the configuration. That's what it take a configuration backup to router flash. That's what I'm gonna use this command. And after that, we are gonna add this name server, domain name, and the NTP server as well. These are important ones. So that's what I'm gonna use IP name server 8888. That is the name server is from Google. Then we have 208.67.222.222 and 220 as well. This is the Cisco's name server. Then we have IP domain name. IP domain name, this is my domain. That's what I'm gonna add. Then the NTP server, this is your NTP server, pool.ntp.org. That's what I'm gonna use. After that, we have important things like what we need to do on the cube. We have to create the certificates as well, because everything should be secure. We have to create a CSR, get it signed with the help of certification authority on Cube, and then we can upload it on the Cube actually. And we need to also trust our, like, Cube is in between, let's say, and on the left side, I can say you have your Microsoft, and on the right side, you have your service provider. Like, if I'll do like this, let me open OneNote actually. Okay, so if I have this one, if I'm saying this is the new page, let's say if I'm gonna take and let me draw it like this. Okay, so uh, this is what I have. Let's say this is my cube, and on this side, this is my Microsoft, and on this side, I have my service provider, right? This is my service provider, right? And on this side, I have Microsoft Teams, right? Or I can say Microsoft Cloud. So I'll do it like this. So this is my cube. So what we need to do, cube should trust the Microsoft certificates as well as your service provider certificates as well, right? These two are the main things we need to do on the Cube as well. Cube should trust the Microsoft, Cube should trust your service provider certificates. And because there is a SSL kind of thing, that is what we are gonna use. We have free SSL. We are gonna use that free SSL as a certification authority. With the help of free SSL, we can get CA signed certificate. That's what I'm gonna show it to you, because it works on secure, because we are going to use the secure SIP. That is why we need to do all these things, right? So yeah, let me go back there and let's see if the router is up. Let me just remove this first. Okay, let's see if it's already there. Let's restart the session. Okay. Okay, perfect. Oh, okay, now I have this one. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna use this command, take a configuration back up to the router flash, as we have these things copy running config flash and then destination. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going here and let's see, copy. Oops, we need to do this out of this config T. So copy running config flash. Okay, now it says destination file name running config. So let's say I'm gonna use the same, okay, base config backup, right? So now it says, you can see it says 6799 bytes copied in this one. Okay, now the main things what we are gonna start the configuration is this one, name server, domain name, NTP server. That's what we already discussed earlier, and I'm gonna put it here. Okay. So these three are the things we already put: name server, domain name. This is my domain name, technical-venture.com. This is NTP server, which we are going to use. Now, the main configuration of certificates. That's what it is, certificate configuration for your virtual queue. What it says, cleaning old key pairs only use if you wanted to clean the keys, right? Otherwise, identify the key with show crypto key, mypub key, RSA. This is the command actually we can see if we already have a key. And then we can use this crypto key, zero wise RSA. Then we can generate the key pairs. Then it will say, okay, crypto key, generate RSA, general keys. These are the things which we are gonna use it right now as well. So now certificate configuration for virtual cube, we are going to start. So it says cleaning all the key pairs only use if you wanted to clean the keys. Otherwise, we can simply do. So what I'll do, I'm gonna use this one, crypto key zero eyes RSA. I'm not going in that much deep with all the commands actually because this video will be very long, but I will definitely discuss main things like dial pairs which we are gonna create, the tenant one as well, and the CSR as well. That's what I'm gonna let you know in little bit more detail as well. So as soon as I use this one crypto key zero wise RSA, it says all keys will be removed, all router certificates issued using these keys will also be removed. Do you really want to remove these keys? I can say yes, because I want to start it from the scratch, right? Now what I need to do, I need to generate new key pairs. That's what it says, generate key pair. And this is what we have. Crypto key generate RSA general keys label. This is the name SBC RSA key, and then I'm gonna use IPS as a RSA key pair name. I'm gonna pair it with this one because now I have removed all the keys. If I do not pair with this SSH, I won't be able to log back in on this particular cube. That's why as soon as you remove it, we should use these two commands as well. Okay, crypto key generate. The name for the keys will be this SBC RSA key. Key modulus this one, generating this one, and then IP SSH RSA. Key pair name, this is the one. Okay, okay. Now this one is good. After that, what we need to do, we need to create the trust store. That's what is a create trust store. This will store identity certificate and bundle of your intermediate and the root CS, right? So first we need to create a trust store. What is actually the trust store? You can uh, you can think about it like a folder, but again, the same example. In that folder you have other things, other subfolders as well. In this trust store, this is actually the name of your trust store. That's what it says, crypto pk trust fund SBC search store. And under this one I'm going to mention this fqdn, subject name, subject alternate name, organization unit, organization serial number, IP address, whatever I want to add it, I can add in this particular trust store, right? And based on that, I will create my CSR, right? I will generate my CSR actually. Okay. So I'm gonna use this crypto PKI trust point SPC cert store. Okay. So now we are under this CA trust point, and I'm gonna use this enrollment terminal. Okay. Now we have this one, FQDN. That is my FQDN, sbc.technical-venture.com. That's what I'm gonna use it. Oops. Okay, I forgot to add this FQDN. Okay, FQDN sbc.technical-venture.com. Now I have this one. Subject name, subject alternate name. So as of now, you can see here. Subject name is the common name, subject name, common name, sbc.technical-venture.com. Organization unit, I have added this one, or organization, I have added this one. Then we have subject alternate name, which says sbc.technical-venture. It's the same, right? We already added the common name, but in the subject alternate name, what we can add if we have more servers, right? Let's say we have SBC1, SBC2, SBC3, SBC4, but I want to use the same certificate, right? Then I can add those FQDNs in the same cert store, in the same cert store as a subject alternate name, so that I don't need to create these CSR and get it signed with the CA again and again. I can use the same certificate, right? So here maybe I can simply say sbc1.technicalventure.com. So yeah, let me first use this one, subject name, common name, organization unit, and then the organization. Then subject alternate name we have. I can simply put this one as well, subject alternate name, spc1.technical-venture.com, although it's not required in our case. And then we have this one, serial number none, IP address. Let me put it one by one here also. Let me just scroll back. Okay. So yeah, then we have IP address none, revocation check none. Then we have this one, RSA key pair, SBC RSA key. So we are pairing it with this one which we created earlier, right? That is the key pair. So that's what it will do, RSA key pair. SPC RSA key. Okay. Now we have all the things what we wanted to add for our CSR. Now we need to generate the CSR. How we can generate that? We have a command to generate this is crypto PKI enroll, and then we need to use that particular trust store because that's the place where we added our FQDN, our subject alternate name, serial number, IP address, if we have anything like this, right? That's what is a crypto PKI enroll SBC cert store, right? And then it will generate. It says start certificate enrollment. Subject name in the certificate will include common name as this one, organization unit this one, or organization this one. Subject name will include this one. Display certificate request terminal. Yes, we want to display. We want to see that. Okay. Certificate request follows this one. Okay. So now what we need to do? We need to actually copy this certificate. Okay. Let me just copy it. Okay. And let me open. Let me open a new one and paste it here, right? So this is my CSR, which I am gonna give it to my certification, which is certificate authority. I can give this particular CSR to them, and they will give me the signed certificate. And how we can actually do that? We have Namecheap, we have Zero SSL who provides these things as well. Let me show it to you how we can actually get the signed certificate as well. So I have this Zero SSL. I'm logged in with my credentials, and here I can actually create a certificate. So if I go to this one, and you can see we have this create SSL certificate option. We have new certificate. I can generate three certificates. That is actually the free of cost. After that, we need to pay, right? So I can go to this new certificate. Okay. It says I need a wildcard certificate now. Then it says enter domains, validity, add-on, CSR. I don't need to like auto-generate the CSR. I will paste existing CSR and all. But let me start with this one. It says domain. Enter domains, right? So here, what is my domain actually? Right. So my domain here is, I can say, technical-venture.com, right? Although this is not the valid one. My domain is, I can say, SPC because that is where I need to actually the certificate should be issued to this one, spc.technical-venture.com. Next step, which certificate I need? 90 day certificate, get more zero SSL protect now. I don't need this one. Next, CSR and contact. So I'm gonna paste existing CSR because I already have the CSR. So I'll copy it from here. I'll paste the certificate, the CSR here, and then we'll go to the next step. Encryption will come. We have detected the encryption from the CSR that you pasted, RSA. Okay, that's fine. Next step. Now it says, okay, this is what we have. Like as of now, I'm using the free one. But after this one, if I utilize all those three certificates, then I need to purchase it like this one, Basic Protect, or maybe they have other options as well. But yeah, as of now, I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to request because I have a pool. Finalize SSL certificate order. Did I already? Oh, no. I think I need to choose the free one. Pay encryption algorithm. Finalize your order. Based on your selection, you will need basic plus protect plan. To create and validate your SSL certificate, please create next step. Hmm. Your CSR is generated and the process may take a little time depending on system. Thank you for your patience. I don't need that. I don't want to use this. Hmm. Let me go back to my certificates, although I used only one certificate earlier. Why is it not letting me do that? Let me do it again and let's see. Okay. Here, let's add it again. spc.technical-venture.com. Next. I don't need 1 year, I need 90 days. Okay, get more orders by choosing from it. I don't need zero SSL protect. Auto generate. No, I'm gonna use existing. Okay. Signature as a CSR meets baseline security for most. Okay. Okay, now I am not using this protection. Only then I believe I need to choose this one as well. So if I disable this one and I'll go to the next step. Yes, now it says your certificate has been created and is ready for domain verification. Because I have added this sbc.technical-venture.com, so I need to verify as well. So email verification method they have or the other methods as well. So it says email verification and it can send an email to anyone. This is admin, administrator. These are showing by default like they can send. Or if I can add the DNS name, I can do that as well. In the DNS, it says from wherever you purchased your domain name, you can add these things there, and then it will actually verify. So it says, okay, sign into your DNS provider, navigate, and add the following CNAME record. So previously we added a name record. Now we are actually gonna use CNAME record. So I'll go to this, yeah, CNAME record and then name. Let me just copy. So I'll go to my domain, add new record, and I'll choose CNAME. Name should be this one, spc.technical-venture.com. Then it says it should point. So it should point to this one. It should be under this value. So from here, I can actually remove this one, spc.technical-venture.com, because it's gonna add it automatically because I am already under this one. Value TTL should be a 3600 or lower, and then save it. So the CNAME I have added whatever zero SSL suggested me to add it. Now it says, yeah, save your CNAME record and click next step to continue. Okay, I'm gonna do the next step. It says to start, click verify domain. So sometimes it may take a minute, sometimes it may take some more time as well. But yeah, let's see if it verifies the domain because we added already here. So it says, okay, yeah, congratulations, your domains have been verified. This means that our system is issuing you a certificate at the moment. This page will refresh, okay? So they are going to give me the certificates now. Okay, this page will refresh. Our system is currently issuing. Sometimes it takes maybe 2 minutes. Sometimes it usually shows it up in like even 2 seconds as well. It doesn't take much time as well, most of the time. Okay, so meanwhile, we can go back to our cube. As soon as like they're generating the certificates, let me go back to my cube config. So we have already done this crypto PKN role. It will generate the CSR, and after that, what we need to do, we need to authenticate these certificates as well, right? Once we receive those certificates from our certification authority, then we can actually upload those certificates on this cube as well. That's what we have. Other things here: crypto PKI authenticate, SPC search store. As soon as I use this command crypto PKI authenticate, then I need to put the bundle here. After that, I need to import the identity certificate as well. Crypto PKI import this one, and then I can paste the identity certificate as well. Then it says view the certificates. If I wanted to view that, yeah, show crypto PKI certificates. Then we need to create the point trust store for SIP traffic. Yes. So we need to point that trust store for SIP traffic. It says crypto signaling default trust point. This is the trust point we created SBC search store. It says all SIP messages will go and see what we have in this store particularly. Then we need to create this one point trust store for HTTPS traffic. IP, HTTP, authentication, local, secure server, secure trust point. So this means as soon as we have all these certificates and we will try to log in through the web browser like this one, sbc.technical-venture.com. If we do not have this HTTP authentication local or the secure server commands or these things as connected with this as the search store, we will not be able to log in with the credentials. Like whatever I'm using the credential here, I won't be able to log in on the GUI page, on the web page actually. Although it's not required, but yeah. Then we have IP SSH RSA key pair name SBC RSA key. That is what is the SSH is all about. What I talked to you earlier as well. So we already put that command earlier. I believe IP SSH. I can see IP SSH RSA key pair name SBC RSA key. Yeah, we already used that earlier as well. Okay, so now let me see if it issued the certificates. Oh, it still says system is currently issuing your certificates. Okay, no worries. So yeah, after this one, we will need to upload the certificates from Microsoft. Like Microsoft is using Baltimore, DigiCert. I think Baltimore certificate is going to expire. It's already expired, but now yeah, DigiCert certificates is valid, I think, till the end of 2038 something. So yeah, in this case, what we are gonna do, we will upload the certificate for the DigiCert, and then we are gonna use these commands. My crypto PKI trust point. This is the trust point we're gonna create for the DigiCert. Enrollment terminal, we usually use these command to paste this particular like here you can see this is the CSR. Whenever we use enrollment terminal command, we usually paste it and see it as well. Revocation check none. Then we will say crypto PK authenticate. Yeah, authenticate that particular certificate. After that, we will put it up. In the same way, we need to use this Tilio certificate as well. We need to trust Tilio as well. Tilio is the service provider which I'm gonna use it here. So the same command crypto PK trust point, I'll create a trust point for the Tilio, enrollment terminal, revocation check none. Then I'll authenticate that particular certificate as well. This is like publicly available. You can see digital Tilio certificates or the Microsoft certificates. I have it here. This is the digital DigiCert and this is the Tilio trusted certificate. I already have it. Then we have a global SIP configuration. We are gonna start it. Here we will be having all the trusted list from the Microsoft and the service provider as well. That's what we mainly need to put it up. Then these are the main basic commands I can say we need to actually use it. That's what I'm gonna just use it in one go. RTCP keep alive, mod border element, allow connections, header pass through, everything. We're gonna use it. Then SIP UA, net symmetric. If cube is behind public IP, then we can use. Otherwise, we can simply forget this command. We don't need to use if cube is not behind the public. If cube is not behind the public IP. Okay. Then we have this no remote party ID, retry invite, connection reuse, crypto signaling, default trust point, and all handle replaces. These are other commands. We are gonna use it as well. And then we will be having these SIP profiles manipulation. This is extremely useful. Actually, we need to do that. And this is from like from the Cisco or from the Teams, whatever you can say. We have to use these. We have to use these manipulations. We have to do these manipulations as well in the SIP profiles. I cannot go much deeper on these SIP profiles, otherwise it will be a very long video. I think maybe today also it will be of maybe more than 2 hours as well, 2 or 2.5 hours. So yeah, these are the SIP profiles which we are going to use SIP profiles manipulation to Teams phone system, then SIP profile manipulations from Teams phone system, and then after that, this pass-through header and all. Then this SIP profile manipulation for Twilio PSTN call as well. This is my service provider. Then we are going to use the codec, E164 pattern map. I'm going to directly use E164 plus one, or I can maybe use here dot so that every call will be accepted. Okay. Voice class E164 pattern map. Dial peer groups we are going to create. Encryption, we are going to create SRTP encrypto one because Teams particularly use this tag 80. not the tag, I can say what we call it as. I forgot. Usually by default, it's I think 64 or 60 something. I don't remember. But yeah. So after that, voice services, VoIP, pass-through headers. Then we have these tenant settings. Let me check the certificates. Now it says domain has been verified, means our system is issuing the certificate. Page will refresh. But I don't know why is it taking much time to uh, give me the certificates, although it should not take that much time. Okay, now it is actually issued. Now you can say it says your certificate has been issued and is ready for installation. To continue, please follow. Okay. So here we have next step. Uh, we don't need to actually install, but I need to download the certificate. So default format I'm gonna download the certificate directly. Okay, finally I have this one sbc.technical-venture.com. Okay, so here what I'll do, let me copy this one, put it here. Okay, so now let's first extract it and then I'm gonna show it to you what we receive in this one. Okay, so once I open this folder, I can see two certificates. So it's certificate bundle and the certificate. If I open this certificate, you will be able to see this is issued to sbc.technical-venture.com, issued by 0SSL, and is valid for 3 months, that is 90 days. And from here, we can actually map this is issuer, valid from, valid to. This is the subject common name. You remember we added this common name, sbc.technical-venture.com, right? This is the common name we have added here, right? Okay, and then the certification path you can see this is subordinate CA, this is main CA Sectigo, this is your identity, and if I go here in the bundle, and here you can see issued by user trust to 0SSL as well. This is kind of we can say a bundle or I can say the root one, whatever you call it is, right? So this is actually a bundle. So yes, this is the bundle certificate which we are going to upload it first, and then we are gonna upload this identity certificate later on. So let me go back here. Oops. Let me restart the session. Okay, go back to my config and let's reset the terminal. Okay, so now I was at crypto. We generated the certificate, CSR, and now, yeah, generated CSR, and now we are gonna authenticate it as well. So for the authentication, we're gonna use this crypto PKI authenticate SBC cert store. Now it says enter the base 64 encoded CA certificate, and we need to put the bundle here. So where is my bundle certificate? Okay, this is the bundle certificate. I'm gonna open it in the Notepad plus plus, or I'll do it like this, Notepad plus plus. Okay, and then I'm gonna use the CA bundle, and then I'm gonna drag drop this normal certificate as well here. Okay, now let me go back to this. Okay, this is already here. And then I'm gonna add the Notepad plus plus. Okay, so now what I need to do, I need to paste the CSR, this bundle. So let me take this one and paste here. Okay, so this is the bundle certificate, which I have just uploaded by using the command crypto PKI authenticate. That's what if you can uh, see it up. It says, okay, trust points is subordinate and holds a non-self sign. Certificate has the following attitude. Do you accept this certificate? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, certificate successfully accepted, imported. Now, if I go back to my configuration, I need to now import the identity certificate. I can use this crypto PKI import command, crypto PKI import SBC cert store certificate. Now it's again asking me to add the base 64. This is what I have as an identity certificate, and I'm gonna put it up here as well. Okay, now and certificate. Now it will ask again the same thing. Do you accept this certificate? So yeah, it's an end certificate, router certificate successfully imported. Yeah, this is actually we are importing it. That's why it says router certificate successfully imported. If I now go back to my config cube, this one. So I have imported the identity certificate as well now. Now, if I need to see the certificates, I can use the command show crypto PKI certificates. Okay, show, oops, what I did. I am already under that. Okay, show crypto PKI. I need to exit. Show crypto, yeah, PKI certificates. Now you can see, okay, where is the command I used? Here, show crypto PKI certificates available. This is 0 SSL issued to this name is spc.technical-venture.com. This is CA certificate. The common name user trust here. Here you can see the common name is this one, spc.technical-venture. This common name user trust. Another certificate, what we have is the CA certificate, Cisco licensing root CA. So we have this one. These all are the certificates what we already added here as of now. Now what we need to add here is our Microsoft and our service provider certificates, right? So first we need to like point this as now before pointing it out. I think we can use that as well. Oh yeah, we can point to a store first as well. So yeah, let's use this one, SIP UA and crypto signaling default trust point store. And what it will do, if you can see, all SIP messages will go and see what we have in this particular trust store also. Okay, SIP UA, crypto signaling, default trust point we created. Now we need to point trust store for HTTPS certificate as well. Yeah, that's what we discussed earlier. Okay. Now, if I go to my, let's say, if I go to my web browser and if I use this spc dot technical dash venture.com, this site doesn't support a secure connection. Yeah, continue to site. Mm-hmm. Why is it not opening? Okay, so I think ping response was there, but did we, I think we did not created rules for this HTTP or HTTPS. Let me go back to Cube, check it out. Okay, so we have only SSH and the ICMP. Let's create the port inbound port rules as well. So here you can see source and destination we can put. The service is the main thing which we can choose. First, I can add, let's say HTTPS. I'll say, okay, HTTPS, and I'm gonna add the HTTP one as well. And that should be the reason it is not getting open service. HTTP I can add. Okay, now let me refresh back. Okay, now you can see as soon as I refresh, it pops up the page and let's see if this credentials worked here. Now you can see because I used those commands, IP, HTTP, authentication, local, and the other commands as well. That is why I am able to log in on this particular cube here. You can see host name, cube VM, uptime, device type, whatever. It is showing it up here as well, right? Let me go back. Okay. So yeah, because we use this HTTP authentication local secure server, secure trust point, that is why I was able to log in on this particular queue. Okay, then we have, yeah, this one. This is what I already used it. So yeah, IPSSH. Now what we need to do is we need to actually upload the certificates for our Microsoft and our service provider as well. So we have this one, Microsoft Root CEF, Crypto PKI Trust Point. Yeah, I already discussed it. So I can use this one, Crypto PKI Trust Point, enrollment terminal, revocation check none, and then I can authenticate. So as soon as I use this command, wherever it says crypto PK authenticate, and then the trust store, then it's gonna ask me to add the base64 file. So here I'm using it for DigiCert. So I'm going here. I already have this DigiCert, and I'm gonna put this one. And after that, again, I need to repeat the process for our service provider. Okay, so now we are gonna start with this DigiCert Telio certificates mainly. So I'm gonna use these commands: crypto PK, trust point, DigiCert, Telio CA, enrollment terminal, revocation check none, and then I'm gonna authenticate as well here. So yeah, it says you must use no crypto PKI trust point. Oh, okay. So we already have the same name earlier. That's why it says, oh, I need to use this one as well. Okay, now crypto PKI trust point first. No, crypto PKI trust point. Okay, now let me use this one again. Crypto PKI trust point. I'll exit and then I'm gonna authenticate. It says please delete your existing CA certificate pass. You must use no crypto peak because I'm again using the same crypto PKI. I'll say no crypto PKI trust point DG Stereo CA. Oops. Okay. Removing will destroy all certificate. Are you sure? Yes. Be sure to associate to revoke your certificates. Okay. So now I'm gonna use this again, and I'm gonna use a different one. Crypto PK trust point because previously when I must use no when I didn't use that as well. Okay. So now I'm gonna use it again, and then I'm gonna use enrollment terminal and revocation check none, and then after that I'm gonna use crypto PKI authenticate. Now I need to put the particular DigiCert TDU. So we have this one, DigiCert Global Root CA, G2, G3. So I'm gonna put, let's say this one, DigiCert Global Root CA. This is the one which is required mainly, anyone you can use. So yeah, after this one, it should say something like, is it imported or not? The error, it should show if there is any. Yeah, now it says, do you accept? Yes. Now, after that, we have this global SIP configuration, voice services, VoIP, which we already discussed. These are the Microsoft IPs. These are, yeah, Telio service provider IPs. And then we have these commands. Let me do it in one go because we are here. Let me do conft. Or let me reset the terminal first. Okay. And then I'm gonna use the command voice service VoIP, and under that we are gonna use this IP address trusted list for both service provider as well as the Microsoft. Then we are gonna use this RTCP keep alive, RTCP port range, mode border element, allow connections. These all are the commands which we are gonna use it as well. I can't go that much deep actually by one on these commands because it will be pretty long. So what I'll do, I'll simply copy paste. Oh, wait, wait. Okay, so conf t, then voice service VoIP, and then I can use these commands. Okay, more border element. You need to save and reload for this configuration. Let me just put this command again. Mode border. I need to exit conf t. Okay, voice service VoIP. Okay, and then I'll use mode border element. Okay. Yeah, that's where it says mod border element. You need to save and reload. Yeah, I'll do that again. I'll do that later on. No need to do it right now. Okay, so let's reset the terminal. Then we have this one, CPU, net symmetric. I can simply use these commands as well. Okay. So if you wanted to like do all these things one by one, cube in detail, you can let me know, or you can maybe join my session as well. I'm gonna start it on most probably I'm gonna start it on the first week of March, and the date most probably should be 5th of March. I'm gonna start a new training as well for Microsoft Teams direct routing, as well as not just direct routing, I can say Microsoft Teams, and then the WebEx calling as well. So both are the things I'm gonna start it. Okay, I'll give you the details as well in the comments, or maybe in the description part as well. Okay, so after that, we have these SIP profiles which we need to create. This is actually my domain sbc.technical-venture.com. Then we have this is my actually the IP of my cube. This is the public IP. This is what you can say. This is my private IP. That's what I told you. Like we have to use this private and the public IPs as well. So here it's just like if I say if I go ahead with this just when rule 10 request any SIP header contact modify. So it will modify the contact header, and then what it will do. So here you can see whatever it says at the rate dot something, and then what it's gonna do, it's gonna add this sbc.technical-venture.com. Or if you want to do some like deep dive on this one, we can do that as well, but not right now because I think it's already a pretty long video, so that's why. Okay, so let me just copy paste this voice class zip profile. Let me first exit, go to I'm already in the conf t. Okay, then I'm gonna use this voice class zip profiles 11. Okay, I'm under that already now, and I'm gonna copy paste these things. Okay, all are the SIP profiles. And then after that, these are the SIP profiles actually manipulation, SIP profile manipulation to Teams phone system. And the other one I have just down below is SIP profiles manipulation from Teams phone system. That's what I'm gonna use it now here. And after that, we have SIP profiles manipulation for options keep alive to Teams phone system. That's what I'm gonna just copy paste as well. So these all are not like written by me or something. No, it is actually available on the documentation. I just copied all the document, all the things from that documentation and just replaced it from the public IP and the private IP of my cube here. Okay, let me now reset the terminal. Okay. Now, after this one, we have added all the SIP profiles. Then we can actually add this SIP pass-through header and all as well. SIP options keep alive, transport TCP, TLS, SIP profiles and all. Now after that, what we have, it says SIP profile manipulation for Tilio PSTN call. As of now, we did SIP profile manipulation to Teams phone system from Teams phone system. This is for options keep alive. Now this is SIP profile manipulation for all the PSTN calls, still your PSTN calls. So let's add this SIP profile as well here. And after that, the configuration will start related to the codecs. Like here you can see, this is voice class codec configuration. These all are the Preferences, E164 pattern map. Here, I'm not gonna use this one. I'm gonna use the full 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Dot, dot, dot. These are the all teams numbers. Voice class E164 pattern map. This is external PSTN numbers. Okay, let me do that in one go. Write this one. Let's first exit from here and do it. Voice class codec 1. Okay. And then voice class even64 pattern map, voice class even pattern map 2. This is the description of Teams DID number. This is a description for external PSTN numbers. Okay, I'll check it out again because I think it's an issue. Let me do one thing. Let me do these one by one actually. I'm already under conf T. Okay, good. It says could not add to map one, it's already in use. What that means? That means it's already added up here. I don't need to add it again. I just wanted to see whether it's added or not without going to that show running configuration. Okay, so let me exit from here. Okay, so now we have added this one as well. And now we have these dial peer groups, which we need to get voice class dial peer groups. As of now, I'm gonna use just this one, description teams to PSTN and PSTN to teams. This command I'm gonna use later on, where I'm going to give the preference dial peer, preference dial peer 2, dial peer 4 preference. That's why I have written it over. Need to add this command after configuring dial peers. But yes, I need to create this so that I can call it in the dial peers. So let me use this one, voice class, DPG2 and DPG4. Okay. And then this is the algorithm, voice class algorithm, encryption algorithm actually. Now voice class, voice services, VoIP, SIP, or pass-through headers, which we are going to use it up here. Now we have the tenant settings in the cube. You can see Microsoft Teams tenant settings. What we added here, voice class tenant. We are going to create the tenants. That's what we have. Voice class tenant 1, voice class tenant 2. I'm going to use handle replaces a local host. This is my host, session transport TLS, bind control and bind media. This is signaling and the media commands. And then we are going to call SIP profile 11, SIP profile 12, which we already configured earlier. We are going to add under this tenant because this is Teams tenant settings. Then early offer forced block 183 SDP. Voice class 10 and 2 here also we have this bind and bind control, bind media, and then here we did SIP profiles 21. Early offer 4 asserted I options being SRTP crypto. This is what we created already, right? So I'm gonna use these, I'm gonna create these two tenants as well, right? So voice class tenant 1, and then I'm gonna use this voice class tenant 2 as well. Oops. I did add asserted IDPy options ping in the same tenant 1. So let me remove SRTP crypto. I don't want to use no options ping here and even no asserted ID here as well. No asserted ID by header. I don't want to use it in the same tenant. Now let me exit. Why is it saying? Okay. Now I'll do conf t and add create another tenant, voice class tenant 2, exit, control Z. Okay. Let me reset the terminal. Okay. So after this one, we have dial peers. I hope you know about these dial peers, how it works. So you remember I was actually showing the diagram where we have Cube in between, and on the left side we have Microsoft, on the right side we have service provider. So we are gonna create two dial peers on each side. One is from and one is to. On the left and on the right side, again, one is going to the service provider, one is coming from the service provider. That's what it says, dial peer voice one VoIP description inbound from MS Teams, right? And this is outbound to MS Teams. Then we have outgoing to Twilio service provider. This is incoming from Twilio service provider. And under this one, what we are gonna add the main thing is destination dial peer group. That's what if you remember, I said voice class dial peer group we need to create. This is Teams to PSTN. That is why I'm going to use voice class destination DPG2. This is inbound. That's why I'm going to use incoming called E164 pattern map. Voice class codec, voice class SIP tenant 1. That is what I have already configured. Under the voice class tenant 1, I have all these things. SIP profile 11, 12, right? Dial peer, voice one VoIP, inbound from MS Teams. This one, outgoing to Telio destination pattern, like everything. Then we have session target is this one, technicalventure.pstn.telio.com. I'll show you from where this comes up as well. Then we have incoming from Telio, destination DPG, incoming called E164, dial peer voice for VoIP. This is outbound to MS Teams. Then we have session target TNS SIP.pstn hub. This is actually by default from the Microsoft. If you want to send something to Microsoft Cloud, then you need to use this DNS sip.pstnhub.microsoft.com. Although we have other one as well. If we want to add as a preference one, preference two, preference three, then we can have, as of now, it's here sip.pstnhub. The second one is sip2.pstnhub. The third one is sip3.pstnhub.microsoft.com. And then again, after at the end, we will do voice class DPG2, and then we will call dial peer 2 preference 1 in this one, and voice class DPG4, we will do dial peer 4 preference 1. This one we will tag it, right? So yeah, before starting this dial peer configuration, I will show you the PSTN side. If I am going to send something to PSTN, although in the production environment we will receive it from the service provider, but now here, I am going to use the service provider as well. That is the Telio service provider. I am going to create a trunk between my cube to the service provider as well. So if I go to my service provider here, you can see this is my Telio service provider on which I logged in. I have a number as well, purchased it from here. But the main thing which I'm going to show it to you is the trunk we need to create. So under this Elasticsearch trunk, we have an option to manage trunk. So if I go to this trunk option, although I have added it earlier as well, so that it won't take much time for the synchronization. So here you can see it says this is the name SBC trunk to cube. If we need to create a new one, we can simply say create new SIP trunk. I'll show it to you. Create new SIP trunk. I can say let's say just uh, trunk to cube create. Although I'm not gonna this there was a problem. Name your and then configure it. I don't know what's the problem here. Okay, I'll do it like this. I'll show it to you. This one is I already created. If I open this one, SBC trunk to cube, this is just the name. SBC trunk to cube, this is just the name. And under this one, you can see we have default things like call recording. If you want to record it, if you want to enable it, disable it, we have all those things available here, right? So if I go to this additional features, you can see this is just the naming convention and then few options here. The most important thing here is this two parts, termination and origination. Okay, so if I go to this termination, you will be able to see from where you need to actually send your traffic, like from cube to service provider, right? Where do I need to send the traffic? This is where I can actually make the changes. So this is what I have added, technicalventure.pstn.telio.com. And if I go here, you can see this is what I have in session target, technicalventure.pstn.telio.com. Same I have it in the SIP profiles as well. If I go back, here you can see, yeah, technicalventure.pstn.telio.com. I have added already there. Okay. Now let me show it to you. Okay, yeah, this is the termination where you are actually send your calls. The origination, like for the incoming one, from where the call will come, right? From where PSTN provider should send the call, right? That is your IP address. That is your public IP of your queue. This is what I have added here. Origination URI. Here I have added this my public IP of cube, right? This is what we have added here, right? So this is your origination is yours where you want to send. That is for service provider because I am on service provider dashboard page. Termination is where your cube will send the call. That's what we have it here, technicalventure.pstn.telio.com. And yeah, we have this IP access control list as well from where it all like all the authentication. That's what is the following IP ACL and credentials list will be used to authenticate the invite for termination calls inbound to Telio. Here I have added Cube, but I'll show you where you can add this access control list. Here we have an option under the manage IP access control list, and here I have added this name, the Cube. This is the new access control list, and here I have added my cube IP. That's it. So friendly name is cube. And if I go down, you can see IP address range. This is my cube IP 20.244.5.83. It should trust as well. That's why we have this added here. And if I go back to the trunks, SBC trunk to cube, and then here in the origin, in the termination actually, I have this IP access control list. If I click on this drop down, I will be able to see all the access control lists which I created earlier. Here, I'm gonna use this cube because I know that in the cube, I have added my cube public IP. Okay. And then we have the numbers part. Like I purchased the number from here and I'm gonna use that same number to assign it to one of the user, right? So this is what I received it from this service provider. Although I'm not going that much deep on the service provider side as well. Again, the same thing, this video will be very long. If you need to deep dive all on all the things whatever we discussed, you can reach out to me because I'm also like going to start a session as well, so you can join that also. So let me go back to this. Okay, now I hope everything is clear on the dial PS side, from where this comes up, from where this comes up, E164, from where this comes up as well. Now let me go to conft and create the dial peers. Okay, dial peer, voice one VoIP. After that, I'm gonna use the other one. Let's do it. Dial peer, voice two VoIP. Then I'm gonna use dial peer, voice three VoIP. Although you can use it in the same one, I just want to exit it again so that there should not be any confusion or any issues. Okay, so now as I have created all these dial peers as well, now I can map it with this destination dial peer groups as well. Voice class dial peer groups. Okay, the preference we already given. Dial peer voice class dial peer group 2, dial peer 2 preference 1, voice class dial peer group 4, dial peer 4 preference 1. And now I can exit from here, right? And now let me just write the configuration as well so that I should not lose anything. And then I'll show you the running config. Okay, so now you can see whatever we configure, it should show here. So yeah, IP name server, IP domain name. Okay, that's what we added. Then we have added trust points, crypto PKI trust point. This is for self-signed, crypto PKI SLA trust point, crypto PKI SBC search store. That's what we created. These are the previous ones. Or by default, it's there from the Cisco, right? Common name, iOS. This is iOS ones. Self-signed. Enrollment terminal. This is my FQDN. This is my another crypto PKI DigiCert we created. DigiCert Telio. If you remember, I created this one earlier as well, and the other one. But yeah, the main one which I used earlier at the end is this one, Crypto PK Trust Point DigiCert Telio CA. This is certificate chain trust point. And then, okay, let's scroll down. Hmm, yeah, voice services VoIP. These all are the trusted list. These all are the configuration, RTCP, keep alive, voice class codec. And then we have SIP profile. Then we have another SIP profile 13, SIP profile 21, which we created as well for the Telio. Voice class E164, pattern map. We already did that. Pattern map 1, pattern map 2. Okay. Then we have voice class dial peer group 2, dial peer group 4. Then we have voice class tenant 1 we created, voice class tenant 2, then the encryption algorithm we have. This is username, but I have it. It won't show you the password because it is encrypted. And then it's, I think that's it. That's what we actually, yeah, the dial PS. As also you can see it up here, dial pair voice 1, voice 2, voice 3, voice 4, what we created here. CPU way, yeah, we created this one as well. Retry invite, how many retry invites, no remote party ID, NTP server pool, name server. Yep, that's all we created on our queue. So now let me go back. Let's go back to our Teams admin center, go to this and add it, and now we can actually enable this particular SBC. Okay, so as soon as we enable, as of now, it will still show this TLS connectivity status as inactive. But yeah, after like some time, like it can take like maybe it will show it in real time within few minutes and all, or maybe it will take some time as well for this TLS connectivity status from inactive to active. Inactive, it says our trunk never connected. Yeah, it might take. We monitor every 15 seconds. It says trunk has not attempted TLS in last 15 minutes. So it can take 15 minutes. It can take more as well, right? So what it says here, enabled, we already enabled that. You can turn individual SBC turn on and off. We did enable that earlier. Let's enable it from here as well. Okay, so yeah, that's why I think it will take time to reflect the changes because we already enabled that. Let me do it again from here and save it. Okay. Although again, it will show it up enable as off here. Yeah, it might take some time. Let me refresh this as well. So yeah, these all are the configuration we actually need to do on the Teams admin center, on the cube actually as well. Let's see if it still shows that thing. Yeah, but it might take time. That's what I know it can take time. Now it says enabled, but yeah, after 15 minutes it will show you the status and all. Although it is inactive, but yeah, we know that it will work. Okay, so yeah, how we can assign the number to the user, I already showed it to you earlier. If we go to the Michael Clark, we already enabled that enterprise voice, but now we have the number as well given by my service provider. If I go here, I have this number and I can provide this number to Michael Clark. Enterprise voice enabled, assign primary phone number. I'm gonna use the same one. Let me just remove this extra spaces from here. And I'm not gonna assign the emergency location and I'm just simply going to apply. I can talk about this emergency location, E911 in the upcoming lectures as well. But yeah, now you can see the account is created. The user is showing this phone number as well. So now I can show you like how it shows on the user's profile. But before that, let me reset the password for this user because I don't remember the password which whatever I created earlier. So let me reset the password and let me put an easy one and reset it. Okay. Now what I'll do, I'll copy this username and what I'll do, I'll open an incognito here and I'll say, okay, not admin, teams.microsoft.com. So I'll try to log in with the help of that Michael Clark at technical-venture.com. The password, I think this is the one. Let's keep account secure. Hmm. This is actually the authenticator thing we need to do. Okay, I'll do that right now. So it says set up your account. I'll go to my authenticator, scan this one. Okay. I use the micro to scan the QR. This connects to the app. Yeah, next. In my authenticator, I can see that Michael Clark and I have the number. And let me just do it so that you will be able to see it on your screen. This is logged in as well. Authenticator added. Stay signed in. So now Michael Clark has the Teams enabled with a phone number as well, and which is connected with your Cube. If I go back to my Teams and let's see if I can see whether that SBC shows up. Direct routing. It still shows inactive. Yeah, it might take time, or usually it shows inactive as well. Let's see in the meanwhile if which call duration, it still says SIP option status warning exists in your database. But it's enabled, right? Okay. Now I can go to this, yeah, Michael Clark, and then you can see all our these teams and all we have added here for the Michael Clark. And if I go to chat, calendar, copilot, view more apps, calls tab, here you can see this particular dial pad for this user, although it should show the number here as well. Michael Clark, that is me. Go back to the calls. Okay. It should show the number here because if it is showing the dial pad, that means you have already added the number. You have already enabled the enterprise voice for this particular user. If you have not enabled enterprise voice, you won't be even able to see this particular dial pad. It will not show it up to you. If you just have an access to make calls internal to the users, then you won't be able to see this dial pad. Michael Clark, yeah, I can go to the settings as well. Again, I'll show you one thing here. So if number is not assigned to the user, then you won't be even able to see this one. Like call handling and forwarding, you won't be able to see when you receive a call, also ring a new number or a contact. You will see this number option only if you assign the number to the user, to this particular user. Okay, now you can see it is like synced fully. Now I can see this particular number which I added +1 640 239 7238. This user, right? I don't have any other number to make a call, like the US number to make a call as well. But yeah, this is how it actually works. This is how you can actually see this particular dial pad, the number, how you can assign based on the licenses and all as well. But yeah, it's the demo which I wanted to show it to you. What all are the things you can do? You can create it yourself. This is the full list of all the commands which I used actually. And that's what if you want to go much more deeper, then yes, I'm going to start a new session. You can let me know. I'll put out all the details in the comment section. And the important thing I can say, the most important thing, uh, if you have any questions, any queries, you can let me know in the comment section, or you can reach out to me on technicalventure02@gmail.com as well, right? But yeah, I'll try to put all those maybe the upcoming videos as well one by one. I will try to cover all of things. Yeah, I may not be able to cover everything I can say, but yeah, I'll try to cover all of the things with what we have in the Teams Admin Center because Teams Admin Center is also huge. The most important thing, there is E911 configuration. That is also useful because if you are in US, that is mandatory to do it, right? That E911 configuration and E911 configuration has like few compliance regulations as well. Like we need to comply with Bombs Act, carries law as well. Like we need to send the notifications. We need to test everything first. It should route it to the correct PSAP as well. Like there are so many things we need to configure on the E911 side as well. So yeah, that's all I have it for today. But yeah, if you have any questions, any queries, you can let me know. Although I know it's a pretty long video as well. I'll put this whole video in one, and then what I'll do in like for the upcoming one as well, I'll divide this in different parts also, like how you can create the CSR, how you generate the CSR, what are other configuration you need to do on the cube, what are other configuration you need to do it on the Teams Admin Center. I'll try to do that as well. But as of now, I'll put it in one video. Please do watch it till the end so that you will not miss anything. And I may have missed a few things I in this particular video. Please let me know if you found anything what I missed. I will definitely work on that as well. Yeah. But yeah, please keep comment. Please keep asking your questions in the comment section. I'll definitely answer it to you. Right. So yeah, today is actually now it's actually a Sunday. So you can let me know all your queries on the emails or on the comment section. I will definitely answer it today as well. Okay. So yeah, I hope you really like this video and you learned something from this video as well, right? And if you want to schedule some time with me, you can actually reach out on this topmate.io/technical venture, and you can schedule some time with me there as well. Okay. Thank you so much. If you like this, then please hit like, share, and subscribe my channel as well. Yeah, and then so that you will get notifications of all my upcoming videos as well. Thank you.